Hello everybody for a new episode of Recortalk. I'm finally back in town and I had to face some windy weather. I was away a few days, I did a few videos, I did not load them up, had some wind in my face, storage broke down, some of these things, but this wind kind of blew some dust away from everything. Made me think about many things again and realize many things again that I already realized and put some dust away from that realizations, and now they are more clear. Yeah, no real subject for today. Just let it float, just see what I come up with. I'm gonna bring up some stuff that came and went through me in the last couple of days. So let's start with something. Let's see, basement. Let's build a base. Basement session. What comes to my mind when I think this word? Two things. Basement session in the context of Dave Brubeck and the real ambassadors with Louis Armstrong and the beautiful band and beautiful tunes, beautiful story. It's kind of a book story, written down story, a play that I got introduced to by the Lincoln Center. They did it in the Appel Room. That's this beautiful venue of the Lincoln Center, the middle, from the sides. You have those three things. The big one, the Rose Theater Hall, it's the Appel Room, this beautiful thing. I think it's next to the Central Park. No, it's Lincoln Memorial. I don't know. Never been there in person, but I just watched countless live broadcastings back then in 2014, 15, 16. Thank you, Lincoln Center, for doing this. I learned so many things, and actually today is the 24th of February, and it's the first day, just around the corner. Winton is here with his band. I'm not there. I want to see them in the Lincoln Center, and I just saw them last year. No, 2018. Saw them live over there in the concerto, so I don't have to see it this time, and I have other things to do anyway for the next couple of days. They played 3 times in a row, so all the best, Winton and your band, Sherman Irby. Gonna come some nice sweet sounds out of your horn, I'm pretty sure. And all the others too, of course. Yeah, the one thing is, for basement, for the term, just what's popping up in my head is Dave Brubeck, Louis Armstrong, and I got introduced by the Lincoln Center performance, by this cast back then, and there was this storyteller, Yolanda Bevan was her name. I was searching the internet for her because I wanted to do more. Wanted to know more about her and didn't really find anything. So maybe somebody can message me where I can find something about Yolanda Bevan. Yeah, I have her voice still going around in my head from these performances. She did a really nice job. She did the storytelling with such a charisma that I adored back then, and the band was really swinging, hardcore swinging good. The venue, the Appel Room, is a beautiful thing. These glass windows in the back, a big glass wall. It's really beautiful, and yeah, just for that, it's a story about the cultural thing of jazz. There are many things in there, like uniting the people, like all this, all this beautiful stuff. That it was really ahead of its time, also, I think, or really on the spot of time. And they had this. There is this quote, or they said kind of like, yeah, we're gonna do, Pops, the protagonist, which was Louis Armstrong. He said something like to his crew, like, oh, we're gonna do a session, we're gonna do a jam session. They call it a basement session, like it was some political session or whatever, and they had this nice thing like to do it, to send out the ambassador from the United States to Talgala, this country in Africa, and yeah, they were supposed to do a basement session, and Pops, he made it a jam session. Yeah, that what's kind of stick in my head, because I love this record so much, and I love this interpretation of the Lincoln Center really so much. Thank you again, thank you Lincoln Center for this. You should repeat this, and if I want to sing this. That's one of my secret dreams that I now keep not longer secret. I want to sing this record with a jazz. With a swinging band like that you did it. I want to do it. Certifications. If you want to represent the USA, what you say. Remember who you are and what you represent. I just have this so in my head like it was yesterday, and a beautiful love story is inside too. Just recommend it. Check it out. Dave Brubeck, Lincoln Center orchestra version. It was so good. Yeah, and the second one is the basement session from Radiohead. Was at the time, of my personally favorite Radiohead album, which is In Rainbows. I love all the others too. Maybe not the first two, but of course Kid A and In Rainbows is my favorite, I have to say. And in this period of time of Radiohead, they did these basement sessions, I think for BBC, which are the second big thing that's in my head, when it comes to this term. So to kind of get it where I want to go, I want to talk a little bit about this record here. I decided to give away my records, most of them, a lot of them. This is Kid A from Radiohead, original thing that this was my first touching of Radiohead, my first touching at all. This kind of, I was listening to In Rainbows with the guitar and this beautiful warm sound and this amazing songwriting on there. I just got attracted, but just one or two listens, and then I went to a store and bought this and put it on the turntable, and everything was on its right place for me. I just was hooked. I just was really. I was so surprised at how much I liked it, and I gotta say the whole album is total genius. I like the sound. I like the songs. I like this idiotic a lot, like just to name a few songs. Also, yeah, Optimistic is also one of these, of these songs that I like a lot. I like everything. I just want to say that this is my second favorite Radiohead record, and yeah, I want to give away my vinyl and other stuff, also the CDs and all of that I don't really necessarily have. I want to give it away and sell it for low prices and make people happy that are real fans. I won't give it to sellers or whatever, because I don't want to support doing business with it. I want to have people really enjoying the music and listening to it. And today I met up with some guy. I gave my OK Computer version, like my piece of OK Computer, to him, and I had a nice conversation, and I got so much learning also out from this conversation. It was like, I have written down here, we were talking like for an hour about music, and it was a person that likes punk and obviously Radiohead too. And yeah, he recommended a band. It's called Neurosis, and the album Souls at Zero. And I will gonna check this out. It's a new kind of cool way, I think, to, at the first place, to convert material that I don't want to have, that I don't need, that doesn't do anything good, because I know this record, inside out, and I want to reduce everything, in order to go somewhere I want to go. I don't need this stuff, and yeah, I think about sharing, because this has I learned a lot from the records, as I said in one of those videos, and this potential of learning is here for everybody else too. And yeah, so I just want to give it away and make somebody experience beautiful time with records the same way I did. And yeah, there was some interesting content in our conversation, like the punk thing. We talked about Radiohead, of course. He recommended me something, and he wanted a recommendation too, like a life changer he wanted. I gave him Random Access Memories from Daft Punk, and yeah, he was kind of surprised, but I think he's gonna like it, because if he listens Radiohead, I think he can deal with this Daft Punk record, because it's really beautiful, and it's also having some groove in there, and it's produced in a natural way, and it's sounding really, really, really good. And yeah, he told me that he saw Nirvana live. He told me that he had seen Anthony Braxton live here in Vienna, because I told him what I was coming from musically, and he told me also like that he don't know too much about jazz, but he likes free jazz, and he saw this Anthony Braxton that did kind of a free thing. And Anthony Braxton put a clock on the stage and turned it on, and exactly after 1 hour he told me, now they're gonna do it again. It's gonna get late. Yeah, and after 1 hour the clock rang, and it was somehow part of the performance. It's a cool idea, yeah. I think I heard about something like this before from him, not from a teacher I had once, that occasionally talked about Anthony Braxton. Yeah, Kid A, beautiful artwork, everything in its right place. There's a beautiful jazz version of this done by just put it in YouTube, jazz university somewhere playing Radiohead, and it's with orchestra, jazz orchestra. Oh my god, this was awesome. This was, I knew that, and a few years later when I was going into jazz, I was finding this jazz orchestra version. It's really there in the area of the original, so it's not freed or what into crazy structures, but it's really still the song, and it hooked me also. When it was, 2 times this song made me go crazy in some way for its beauty. Yeah, I gave OK Computer away. I don't care too much about OK Computer the way I do care for In Rainbows. So I made somebody happy. He's having my OK Computer, and I said to him, OK Computer, you can have it. Yeah, I think it's a good home for him, for the computer thing. Yeah, and another something that is really a rarity in my life. I did listen a classical music piece today, and it really went deep into me. It really touched me. It was just right before a classical music piece played by a piano and orchestra, and yeah, beautiful done, The context why it was done is not the most beautiful, but it was really beautiful done, and how they deal with it right now, and how life has to go on after everything. If something happens, if your leg is gonna break, or if you're whatever, you have to go against the wind, and that's what I do right now. My leg is still okay, but you never know what's gonna be, and yeah, I want to speak out my love and my respect, and I want to send power to all people involved over there, and I want to say thank you for how beautiful it was done. I didn't see it, but I saw the classical thing and some pictures, and I guess it was a really beautiful show. So yeah, In Rainbows is a record that I have to say is one of my top ever records in the alternative field, because I like the songs are like, I like Kid A too a lot, but for In Rainbows it's more because I was talking with him about the Radiohead records, and In Rainbows it has this singing quality to it, and also it's a little more popular approach too, and it has this beautiful warm guitar sound. The mechanical drums, somehow it suits the thing really good, and there are these songs like All I Need, like Recortalk, with this vibe, really touching vibe, and the more rocker, like the rocker thing in the beginning, the second track, Body Snatcher, it's also like I like that a lot. I like the whole, I love it. I fucking love it. And yeah, Detachment. I give in my records away for insane cheap price on the one hand, but I want to find and search. I search for people that value it, and I don't give it to sellers, and I don't give everything to one person. No, I have my ideas about it, and I want to do something good with that. So, I can anyway, as I said in one of those videos for the rain thing, for the wind thing, I can buy all of them again, and I now have to do my way the way I want it in order to be completely free, and that means detachment. And it's also like I want to have one last word, because I really have to go now, because they're gonna close. The book of Deepak Chopra, I ordered it last year, right before Christmas, and they called me like beginning of January that it's there, and I bought it already. I just have to pick it up. They had to order it, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow, because I'm gonna have a train journey coming along this week where I want to have it with me. And yeah, the last time I had it, gave this book away. A teacher once told me that he is doing it that way. He introduced me to that book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, by the way. I'm absolutely not into this kind of books where they tell you how you gonna be successful, but this one is different. It's really different, and it's really small, and it's just the essential thing. Everybody should read this. I think this is something that could have good effect to you when you think about what's written in there. It's nothing that tells you should do this, you should do that. It's just something that I think that really nails it how it is. Listen to yourself in some way, listen to your voice. Law of detachment. This suits good, to giving the records away and to giving all the other things away in order to open up for the new, prepare for the new. Detach, detachment means gaining. Most of people don't know that. And I don't want, to get stuck. This is a song, by the way, from 2015 for Falco. I did it. I want to get stuck with things, because this prevents from the new. This prevents, and sooner or later you will have the desire to become new, and if you get stuck, you can't. And if you get stuck too long, you're gonna be like some people in my environment that made windy weather, or that do sometimes give wind in my face in a way that I just think, oh my god, how can this be, Ignoring the truth is something everybody has its own truth, but ignoring the truth is something that is only understandable to me if, I can understand them or people that do it, but makes no real, that no sense. I gotta end now. Just want to say in the end that everything gotta be in its right place, and I think it's not the right place to hoard records or whatever. I just want to give them away and have beautiful gaining stories with it. I get the persons get something, I get something. Happy, happy. And in order to go somewhere where I want to go, I have to leave things. That's the thing. And I will maybe pick up tomorrow this book from Deepak Chopra and we'll read it once again. You know, this book you can read it in one day. If I usually do it like this. I open it up, read one sentence, close it, think about it. Enough. You can read the last page at first or the middle, and it doesn't matter. So, I gotta go now. We're gonna close. Sorry for that. No, don't be ever sorry, because nothing to be sorry for, but for this kind of not so I don't know. I think it's I didn't plan for the day, so as I did not really the last times, but today it was just total jazz improvisation, like Winton in the Concerthaus. So I have to go. Good night. And I want to say, go your way, in a way that's gonna lead you to a brighter day after the wind. Goodbye, love.